Scavenging for random components in Star Citizen is probably one of my favorite things to do. So in today's video, we're gonna go hunt again just to see what's out there. I already found a Gladius with a super good quantum drive that I don't have to buy. It's a stealth quantum drive, which is really nice. Let's go see what we can get. This Gladius also has a bunch of attritions. It's super good, but I'm mostly here for the quantum drive. I'm gonna see if I can get it out. Usually it's a little bit difficult, but first let's see if we can enter. Open up all the ports here. Looks like the ship ports is already unlocked. I just want to open up everything so that I can actually see all the components. So just press my hotkey that can open up all the doors. You will need to bind this if you don't have it yet, but very convenient when looting ships. It allows you to see most of the components even though everything is closed. So very good. Let me get my tractor beam here. I'll probably loot all of the components just to make sure I get all of them. But first, let's take a look at the power plant here. Let me just rip it off. This is a Referral cascade. I don't think you can buy this one. I think you can get this one from Hathor. But I'm going to go throw it in the back, or I can just throw it here on the sides. It might be a little bit easier. I've really been enjoying the Star Lancer Max lately with all of its cargo. Maybe not the fastest ship, but definitely can carry quite a few things, and making it very easy to loot once you can open up the thing. Here's the quantum drive. I had a lot of trouble recently taking this thing out, but we'll see if I can here. I'm just gonna shake it. There we go. So this should be a stealth quantum drive, one of the best that you can buy, I believe. So very good for us. Just plop it down nice and neatly. Probably take the shields and the coolers. So the coolers are polar coolers. Stealth coolers are the only coolers that really matter at the moment. So I'll probably just leave it. Take a look at the shields. I think it's the default military shields. The force walls, I'll take a couple, but I don't really use them. I do want a couple FR shields, which I haven't picked up just yet. I know you can go loot them, but just haven't gotten around to it. There we go, our first attrition. We're also going to take these. And then I'll also take the other one. There's only 2 on this one, since it broke off the other one. Managed to snap everything. We can probably go and look for more ships. If you're wondering where am I looting all of these things, I'm just going to asteroid bases here, or asteroid mining bases, and jumping around. Since the event is busy, a lot of ships get shot down here, allowing me to loot their components. I'm going to go to the next one here. We managed to find a Corsair here. Now we can loot all of its components. Just need to quickly give it a scan and see what is on board. First, let's take a look at cargo. Seems like there's nothing. Let's take a look at the components here. So it has default weapons, meaning probably most of the things are default here. Not worth it. But a little info for you. If we go to the info section and it says owner, game rules, meaning the game owns it. No player owns it anymore. A person probably claimed the ship and then abandoned it. We did find a bunch of cargo right next to it as well here that we can probably pick up, but it's only 1 SEUs, 2 SEUs thereabout. It's not a lot, not really worth it for me. So I'm gonna move on and see what else I can find. We managed to find another broken Gladius here, not the same one. This one has a completely different skin, but they usually have very decent components. Let's take a look. So this one is also owned by the game now, so meaning we can loot it. Let's just take a look at the components here. A JS300, one of the best military power plants. You can't buy this one, so we'll definitely pick that up. The quantum drive, also very good. One of the best stealth power plants that you can buy. Palisades, one of the best shields at the moment. The other shield that's really good is the FRs, right? But this one is the best one you can buy. 2 of them. It also has 2 Panther repeaters. I'll probably strip this thing clean. Even the cooler is very good. So I'll definitely strip this thing. Just gonna park next to it. Open up everything. Now I'm really curious to see if I can enter this thing, since the game technically owns it. So seems like I can. So if the game owns it, you can enter it, even if it has shields up, I believe. There we go. We're inside of it. I'm going to open up all the ports again. I know where most of the components are, but it just makes it a lot easier if you open up everything. I'm going to start with the power plant, just because it's the most valuable thing. in this Gladius. You can't buy it, and it's the best power plant that you can get. It gives you the most amount of power. Not so good for stealth, but very good for power. The shields is also really good, but you can buy them. For some reason, this guy decided to run with 2 vapor blocks or 2 coolers. Usually you only want to run with 1, so if you have 2 equipped, you will get more signature, but you only really need 1 at the moment. Might as well just throw it there, save some space. Here's the quantum drive. Let's see if we can get this thing out now. Easy. Maybe they fixed it. In the past, it was really difficult to get these things out. Now, there's only the weapon left, I believe. Might as well take one. You can never have too many of size 3 repeaters. You always run out. Pretty decent run so far. I'm kind of wishing I get a bigger ship with big components that I can get. I'm also looking for FR shields. If anything has that on, it will be really good. We managed to find a C1 here. They are one of my favorite ships to loot. So let's give it a scan. This might still be owned by somebody, since it doesn't say game rules. So it might have been recent. Let's take a look at their components here. Default coolers, I believe. Power plant, ultra flux, Jaeger quantum drive. Outdoor salvage repeaters. I'll probably take these repeaters since they're really good. There's 4 of them. You had to complete the event to get more of them, so they do a lot of damage. There's actually a lot of cargo around this C1, so we might pick it up. We'll see. It's a lot of copper and corundum. You can see I'm trespassing, so this is private property. Let me just unlock the ports here. I'll steal this guy's weapons. And now I'm just gonna Alt F and then unlock all the ports. Now I can take its weapons. This is better than attritions, these outdoors, so always worth taking. Here is the last one. This is my first time loading components on the side cargo base here of the Star Lancer Max, and I'm really surprised on how much components it can actually fit. They're a very good ship for scavenging actually. Like you can fit so many weapons up here and components. It's quite surprising. Plus, you can just press this button and go up without much pain. Now you can see all of the cargo here. I think it's only 1 SCU boxes, 2 SCU boxes. Not that good. Going to need a lot of them in order to complete missions. Our next ship here is a Corsair. Luckily, this does have components that we can loot properly. Also abandoned, you can see there. 4 components, it has coolers, let's stealth coolers, we can take that. Power plant I'm not quite sure of, but I can definitely throw it in there. Quantum drive, Hemera, very good. Shield also very good, but I can't pick it up since it's size 3. And then a lot of attrition repeaters. I'll probably loot everything since most of its components are very good. Even though attrition's pretty decent for PvE, even though I prefer CF repeaters nowadays. Still very decent. Look at this cargo hold full of components. Very nice actually. The only thing you can't loot is the shield usually, because this is a size 3 component. But the other things are fair game. You can see here, here's the ice drive. Very good cooler. This is a stealth cooler, I believe. This power plant I'm not too familiar with. I'll probably look it up. That power plant that I just looted is an industrial A component. So pretty decent. Gives you about 20 power. Seems like this guy had 2 of them. So I'll take the other one as well. And he also had another cooler. So 2 coolers. Then finally the quantum drive. This is the Hemera, one of the fastest and most efficient quantum drives out there. Now I just need to get it out. There we go. Very big. But I think I'll manage to get it through the door here. Now for all the weapons, there are quite a few, which might take me quite a while to loot, but I'll definitely take the repeaters. Managed to loot all of the Corsair's weapons and components. You can see quite a bit of them. The whole cargo bay is basically full. These are not snapped right, so they might get lost. Who knows? But here you can see the outdoors and a lot of other components. Gonna be difficult getting everything off the ship, but I think I'll manage. I'll definitely give you a look at how much these can sell for, but at the moment their sell price are very low since the devs don't want us duping money by selling components. I'm sure those components, if you were to buy them all, would be a couple million, especially the big repeaters. So still well worth looting. I am going to go to Grimhex to store all my components, and I'll also check the prices there at the selling terminal. There we go, we managed to make it into the hangar. Now I need to unload everything. Here's all the repeaters, actually an insane amount. Here is the last of the components. You can see there's quite a few. This took me a while to unload, since they're so small and you need to throw them around. But here's all the others and quantum drives, power plants, coolers. Very good haul. Here you can see is all the components, quite a bit. I'm not sure if we can even sell all of these, but we can definitely go take a look at some of the prices. They're not crazy, right? But we can definitely see if it can go for something. But they're mostly for personal use. I really hope that someday they figure out a system where these components is actually worth something, since they're so expensive in-game if you buy them, and a big upgrade path for your ship. But if you loot them, they're basically worthless. Maybe they have changed the prices, we're gonna find out. But I don't think so. Here we go, we're at Dumpers Depot. Let's see if there's anything to sell. Here you can see is the quantum drives. They go for about 900. The palisades only 500. So definitely not a crazy amount. Interesting enough, the vapor blocks is 66. So very stealthy. Even the attrition's basically worth nothing. This max lift is worth more than the attrition. I am pretty sure that the attrition costs a little bit more to buy in-game. Just the attrition 3s, 4s, even the 5s, basically worthless. So they still haven't changed anything. The meta at least gets to 1,000 thereabout, but definitely not worth selling. But at least you don't have to buy it in-game, so a big savings. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.